Hello friends. In last video we saw about architectural application of the Flutter. In this video we are going to introduce more about widget. So as we saw already many times, in Flutter everything is widget. So each and every UI component is made up of widget or entire application itself a widget. So to categorize those widgets, since we are telling this home page as a widget and this scaffold as a widget, app bar as a widget, again, whatever we are using, like this my app is again widget, material app is a widget, inside that our user defined home page is a widget. To categorize this we need some classification. So basically first few videos we saw about levels of classification, like this material app comes under first level, inside that home page comes under next level, inside that text comes under bottom level. That's a level that we categorize, that we visualize. But what is the actual classification for widgets? There are four different classifications. First one is platform specific classifications. For just name check I am writing here platform specific widget. So what is platform specific widget? So what they are telling as a platform here. So platform in the sense here they are mentioning is there's a Android and iOS. So Android is one platform and iOS is another platform. Since it supports both Android and iOS, we have some widgets that is specific to that particular platform. Say you have Android mobile, there will be some features that doesn't present inside iOS. There will be some features that present in iOS but not in Android. So for that particular feature you need particular widgets that won't work in iOS. So say example you have one widget that will work in Android but that won't work in iOS. To support that feature we need alternative in that particular platform. So those widgets comes under this platform specific widget. If you take Android, Android specific widgets are designed according to the material design guidelines designed by the Android OS. So those widgets are called as material widgets. So platform specific, first one is material widgets that is designed accordance with that material design guidelines designed by Android OS. If you take iOS, iOS specific widgets are designed accordance with the human interface guidelines by Apple. So they have certain guidelines which is called as human interface guidelines, and those widgets comes under those iOS specific widgets are called as cappuccino widgets. So this is a broad classification inside this platform specific. So iOS and Android, the names are called as human interface guidelines, material design guidelines. It's called as material widgets and cappuccino widgets. So we have widgets called as scaffold widgets, app bar, bottom navigation bar, tab view bar. Like that, we have specific widgets which comes under material guidelines, which is for Android. And similarly for iOS, we have cappuccino button. So most of the widgets comes along with the cappuccino keyword. So cappuccino button, cappuccino picker, cappuccino date picker, tab bar, tab view, everything with the prefix of cappuccino. So that is what the iOS design cappuccino widgets are called as. So this is the first classification. Next, if we come, we have layout specific widgets. So what is layout widget? So even though we have text widget, we need something to show the text widget. That basically the layout. If you see this mobile, you have one text. To show this text, we need some layout. So this layout is basically the parent of this inside widgets. So that layout is invisible, but we can add some properties like background color, background image, something like that. So that layout is basically an invisible component that we can design according to our wish. So four basic classifications of that layout widgets are container, center, row, column, stack. So basically five. We have container. Container is for designing decorations, rectangular box, just rectangular box. And one more thing which we use is center. So this center is another layout widget. It's a widget, but it comes under layout classification. So since we cannot see the center text, but if you see this text, we can visualize this. So we can see this hello world text, and same as this title text. We can see this title text, and app bar. It's visual. We can visualize this app bar widget. Similarly, we can see this text here also, here as well, but the center we cannot see. If you ask some person to mention the widgets that we are using, he may mention there is one app bar, there is one text view, there is one another one text view, but mostly they won't notice the center. So that's the layout widget. So center, it's a layout widget. Similarly, we have row and column widgets. Row is to arrange the children's of this row widget in horizontal manner, and column is for vertical manner. So that's one widget. So if you place a row instead of here, if you add multiple children, so basically it will have children. So in that children, you can have multiple widgets, list of widgets. So it will arrange, if it's a row widget, it will arrange children in horizontal direction. If it's a column, it will arrange in vertical direction. And the last one is stack basically arrange one above another. So that's a classification inside this layout. If you see as a platform specific, it's Android and iOS. In layout widget, it has 5 classifications: container, center, row column, center, row column, and then stack. We can classify this layout widgets as 5 different. And then third classification is state specific widget or state maintenance widget. This one we already saw, like a stateful widget and stateless widget. We already saw an example for stateless widget. We haven't seen an example for stateful widget. So if that widget, so again we saw that this my home page is entirely is a widget. This extends stateless widget, and it has properties which stateful or stateless widgets have. And then it has one method called build method, and this is a only method which is present inside this state. So whichever method having build method, it will return a widget. If you see this keyword, it's returning a widget type. So this is basically a widget, but this widget comes under stateful or stateless widget. So that's the classification for this widget. We already know stateful widget have some state in that, and stateless widget doesn't have any state for that particular screen. Okay, finally, in state management, either state or stateless, stateful or stateless. And finally, platform independent widget. So what is platform independent? So first one we saw is platform specific. That's contrary to it. Platform independent means there is no dependency in platforms. Either Android or iOS, we are going to use the same widget. For example, text. Even if it's an Android, it will work. If it's an iOS, it will work. So whatever the platform is, it will convert this particular widget into its native. For example, we don't. If you take bottom navigation bar, it will work in Android. But for iOS, we need additional code. So that's a platform specific. But if you take platform independent, we can have this text as an example. This doesn't need any configurations specifically for particular platform. This widgets comes under platform independent. We have lots and lots of platform independent widgets. This is also called as basic widget, because this is a basics of all other widgets. So we can use it wherever we want, irrespective of the platform. We have multiple widgets like images, icons. Those are the platform independent widgets, so we can use it in any platform. So this is a broad classification of widgets. Since we have multiple widgets using inside our application, we should have some sort of classification for those widgets. These are the 4 different classifications. We can classify it in multiple ways, but this is one of the classification that we can use. Platform specific, layout specific, state maintenance widget, and platform independent widget. Most of the time we are going to use this platform independent widgets for the basic UI rendering, like hello world text or button something, and this layout widgets is for placing this platforms independent or platform specific widgets we are going to place inside this layout widget. And state maintenance widget is the entire class that we are going to return whenever we need some widgets. So this is a basic classification. In next video we will see about layout in detail. Thank you.